Hello, BookTube. Today I'm doing a small book haul, and I actually got a couple of records too. It was the first day for all three kids to go to school. This is my youngest's first year at the regular elementary school. So it was very rare for the kid's mom and myself to actually go out and wander around in public places without three kids in tow. So we went to a used bookstore called the Book Depot in Henniker, New Hampshire. We went to, I think we went to a Goodwill where I found a couple of records. And then we went to a nice bookstore in downtown Concord, New Hampshire. And I can't remember the name of it for the life of me. But, so if you hear wild kids running around in the background, it's because they're letting off steam after their first full day of school. So let's get right to the books. So I'll start with what I found at the Book Depot in Henniker. And it's this. Hopefully I can do this without too much. Look at that orange in that cover. The oranges and the reds. Rendezvous, South Atlantic. There's Douglas Reman, the author. Looking all dapper with his pipe. So we got this. The number 6 Book Depot, 166 Depot Hill Road, Henniker, New Hampshire. Ian and Helen Morrison Booksellers. Unbelievable bookstore. So like a giant barn that's attached to the house, and you can wander and wander, and it's like the whole world's made of books. It's a wonderful place, very old style. So this, when it came out, this novel would have cost you $6.95. For 20 years between the wars, the SS Ben Bacula sailed regularly between England and Australia. In 1941, she was old, and a forgotten typhoon had left her with a stubborn list to starboard, which defied all efforts to correct. The older I get, the more that is with me, too. But Britain, still alone, and her vital sea lanes needed ship to protect them against enemy attack. Almost overnight, the old ship became an armed merchant cruiser and was sent into battle. Inwardly, perhaps, she was the same as before, but outwardly she had become a ship of war. Appointed in command was Commander Andrew Lindsay, already a victim of the Atlantic's cruelty, who knew it took more than a coat of paint and a few outdated guns to make a warship. After commanding a destroyer, he saw Ben Bacula as the end of the line. So it's a story of World War II, and Riemann can tell those along with any of them. He died last year. I think I mentioned that before. So I was very excited to find that. I think I have it in a trade paper that would have cost a lot more than this old hardback did when it was new, but that's the way of the world. So then, and I feel real guilty, I can't remember the name of the bookstore in downtown Concord, New Hampshire, but you could figure it out if you had to. Patrick Lee Fermor, The Broken Road, From the Iron Gates to Mount Athos. And I'm a big fan of his. This is the third in a trilogy, and it was completed after his death. I've read his biography by Artemis Cooper, and Artemis Cooper and Colin Thubron are the ones who finished this book after Patrick Lee Fermor died. Fermor was very famous in World War II as one of the guys who captured a Nazi general on the island of Crete. It was quite a thing. There's been many books about that written, but he was an incredible travel writer. When he was a young man, he just went to Europe and walked all the way to Mount Athos. And when he did it was prior to the war, and life was changing. And so it's almost like he saw a world. Well, he did see a world that's gone. I mean, there's remnants of it around, but and he's a wonderful writer. this trilogy, which it started with A Time of Gifts, and then the second was Between the Woods and the Water. I have not read those two. I've read some of his Greek stuff. I'll list them here. I've read Mani and Ramuli, but A Time of Gifts and Between the Woods and the Water are the first two parts of this trilogy that take him across that Europe. So, got this for $2. Everything I got today combined was $20. I got this for $2. It was published a couple years ago at $30, so can't beat that. Then the next volume is a book by one of my favorite authors. And I used to have it, and it has moved on somehow. And every time I see a copy, it's a little pricey. Well, today we were in a thrift store in downtown Concord, New Hampshire, and I managed to pick up a nice copy here, 49 Steps by Roberto Colasso. Many of you may know him. He's famous for The Marriage of Cadmus and Harmony. He's written quite a bit of Ka. He deals with literature, mythology. He's a publisher at Adelphi, the Italian publishing house. Brilliant man. And this is a book of his short pieces. Let's see. I'll just read the flap here a little bit. In books lauded as brilliant, exhilarating, and profound, Roberto Colasso has revealed the unexpected intersections of ancient and modern through ancient and modern through topics ranging from Greek and Indian mythology to what a legendary African kingdom can tell us about the French Revolution. In this first translation of his most important essays, Colasso brings his powerful intellect and elegant prose style to bear on the essential thinkers of our time, providing a sweeping analysis of the current state of Western culture. So, I was very happy to find this in an affordable edition. So, list any of his. See if this is translated by John Shepley. It's University of Minnesota Press, Minneapolis, 2001. Let's see. I don't think on here they don't give it a list. Okay. At the time this was written, he'd done The Marriage of Cadmus and Harmony, The Ruin of Cash, Ka, and Literature and the Gods, all of which I have, and I'll show on a future book shelf tour. But there you go, Roberto Colasso. There was actually a nice interview with him in Paris Review. This is an old Paris Review. I just realized that. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Interviews. Roberto Colasso, The Art of Fiction, number 217. Paris Review. So if you can find this, maybe you can find, it'll give you enough information so you know if you want to read it or not. There's these Art of Fictions in the Paris Review can be great, and they sometimes anthologize them. Here he is in 1946. See if they have any other images of it. Well, there he is as a young man at a cafe. And there he is now. So, yeah, it's the Paris Review, fall of 2012, number 202. If you want to find out more about it. That was not part of my book haul. It was just an aside that popped into my brain last minute here. Then I got a couple. We went to a Goodwill. We don't have Goodwills around here, so we usually have to drive somewhere to run into one. So I don't get to thrift store shop for my books very often. In this case, I went in and there was nothing for books, nothing that I was interested in anyway. But they did have some long playing records, and this one I absolutely love. The cover of this, the album cover. This is Rigoletto, the Sadler's Wells Opera. Sadler's Wells Orchestra conducted by James Lockhart, and it's highlights in English, and it's from 1962, and from England. So that, and the disc is very nice shape. So that was fun. And then this next one, I was all excited for this. I've got the LPs of Sir George Schulte's Ring Cycle by Wagner, and I have it on CD, and then I have 2 boxes of the long playing records. And so I've been slowly collecting them as I see them, and they're awesome. But this thing I found, this is really different. This goes with them. It's called The Ring of the Nibelungen by Richard Wagner, Introduction to the Operas, and Das Rheingold. Big old box set there. Now what's so neat about this, and I'll open it up here, is this is Schulte, Sir George Schulte. So you have a book, Das Rheingold, with notes by conductor George Schulte. Get some of the player. Then you have the book, which is the introduction to the Ring of the Nibelungen. They'll show you motifs. Derek Cook did these notes, so they're showing you as you go through. So these albums are introductions. They're going to teach you what to listen for. So you notice there's 2 books, and then when I opened it up, it's sort of divided like this. There's 6 sides, 3 records. So 3A, 4A, 2A. You get my point. These all have A after 1 through 6. So 1A. They're all in white. This is Time Life Records. And then, so this is The Ring of the Nibelungen by Wagner. And then these are on gray paper. I don't know if you can really see that or not. And these are 1 through 6 sides. So there's a grand total of 6 records. All of them in excellent condition. 2 guidebooks that take you through these operas. And they all fit in this one box. And I got this for $2. And the LPs, the records themselves, look like if they were played once, which may be all that the person needed them for. But I'm looking forward to listening to them. So this will go really nice with my collection of LPs. So we have, I'm not going to do a Steve Donahue because I don't know, maybe I should just for fun. See if I can do it. If I don't know if he's ever done it with records, he probably has. So you got Rigoletto, the Wagner. This is going to be one of the only time I ever do this because I'm going to end up dropping this. Patrick Lee Fermor, The Broken Road. We got Douglas Riemann, Rendezvous, South Atlantic, the War Book. And then we have Book of Essays, Roberto Colasso, 49 Steps, translated by John Shepley. And that was my, hey, the kids are in school, let's go shopping book haul for the last day of August 2017. Thank you, BookTube.